I'd like to share a story of a child that seeing their parent aging and getting older and has decided that they just want to help their parent. What can they possibly do to help their parent? But then they realized that with the experience and the number of assets and the funds available to the parent, the only thing the child could really give back to the parent is their faithfulness, is their time. It seems simple, but it's probably one of the most difficult things. This week's parasha, Moshe Rabbeinu says such a poetically beautiful statement. Et Hashem he'emarta hayom. It is Hashem that you have distinguished today. That you have distinguished God to be your God. Liot lechal Elohim, to be your God. Lelechet, to go and follow His mitzvot, His commandments, His constitutions. And what happened? Moshe says, Hashem did the same to you. When He saw that you're there for Hashem, you're there. When Hashem calls you, you step up. Hashem he'emarta hayom. God has also distinguished you to be His nation. There's a fascinating mystical book called the Mei HaShiloach. He says the Imra also is a word translating a hem in a garment. You know that place in the garment that has not yet been sewn. And there's so much potential. Before you sew a garment, you can extend it, you can add more fabric, change the color, you can get creative. The same thing applies with our relationship with Hashem. It's an open relationship. The question is, how are we going to sew it? Are we going to be available? We're going to be the ones that are going to make that final mark, the final imprint on this reciprocal value between us and God. That's the Imra, that's the sewing in. And that's our job. To be the ones to say, I want more gratifying relationships, I want more meaningful relationships, I want to do more in the relationship, I want to be more available, I don't want to just receive, I want to be an emissary, I want to be an extension of God's value in this world. And that's exactly what Imra is. The Imra. Et Hashem he'emarta hayom. You have distinguished God to be your God. You know how? When you know that there's much more for you to do and much more for you to decide how that relationship is going to go. Are you going to be hand in hand with God? Are you going to be behind God? Are you going to be metaphorically before God? Meaning to say, looking out as a scavenger method of trying to see what you can do in God's beautiful world as not only His child, but also His partner. Shabbat Shalom.